Hey, welcome to Guitar Vacation. I'm leaving the Strat put up for this video because I'm going to be talking about a Strat player that I don't want to be next to him with my Strat. In my opinion, this gentleman is the greatest blues player alive today. I'm talking about Eric Gales. Eric is not an unknown. People know about him, but his name is not out there enough. And when it is out there, it's not placed high enough as far as the blues guitar players we all know and love, and frankly, the ones that are out there today. You know, this is not to knock anybody that's around doing the blues thing today. There are a lot of good ones, but Eric Gales, in my opinion, is special. And I just want to look at some things that I think highlight what makes Eric such a unique talent and why I really do think he's the greatest blues player alive today. And that's such a great clip. It kind of gives you the feel that this would be something he'd be doing in his living room, you know, when he just wanted to get the guitar out and do his thing. And, you know, you can hear in that particular clip, he's just doing so much to express this blues-based playing that it's like he's got a connection with his instruments straight to his heart or wherever this awesome music is coming through, and he can just channel it through that guitar in his hands. Take all the cool technical stuff and all that. You know, Eric's not really a theory guy. Obviously, he plays left-handed upside down, so he gets, you know, comparisons to other players. But what he does, as illustrated in that clip, is something totally different, but also feels very at home if you like the blues. Let's listen to the next clip. Awesome blues with every color you could ever think of. The next clip I'm going to do is a little bit lower audio quality, but it just shows him during a sound check messing around, and the music that comes out of him while doing that, like he's just kind of having fun, is something that really gets my admiration. So let's check that clip out. just a man with his guitar playing around with all of his sounds on stage. Man, you know, you can say what you want about pentatonic licks. When they're in the hands of somebody that knows how to stick the notes in there at just the right times with just the right inflections, it's not something that I think the human ear just really loves hearing that executed like that. See, he's just having fun. Kick on a flanger or whatever that is. Whew. So you see, there's just so much there. There's authenticity, like that goes down to the very heart of blues and what really just gets you right in the gut with blues. He's got that. And then he's painting all these different colors and you know, who knows, can't even tell what chords he's doing because of the way he plays upside down. And you know, I don't think he would tell you the names of them. He don't worry about that kind of stuff. He just does it, and he can do it on demand. Just whatever music he is hearing and feeling in his heart comes out on the guitar. And I really think that clip of him just messing around during a sound check really illustrates that well. I'm going to play a little bit of a really good live cut that shows kind of the things he does as far as a blues composition, that it adds so much more than just banging out the 1-4-5. Let's listen to this real quick. I don't think this is even a band he like plays with all the time. Most of the time, he's playing with a pickup band most of the time when I see him. Woo. So you see, that's why I didn't get my Strat out this video. He basically did a world tour of all the most awesome clean sounds you can do on a Strat, and I don't care to put my Strat playing in the same neighborhood or the same planet as Eric. Just beautiful stuff. And you know, a lot of the times when I watch videos of him, he's always playing with a different rhythm section. So, you know, I don't know that he has a steady band that he's toured with for any lengthy amount of time. But it looks like he just, a lot of the times, is putting together a rhythm section that can back him up to do what he does. You know, there's some are better than others, but you always have him at the forefront. So, you know, with that, you can't go wrong. Next clip, he's going to be playing the Star Spangled Banner, and you know, in a way, I really want to differentiate him from Hendrix, because as I'm sure his whole life playing lefty and all that, he's heard Hendrix, and he'll freely admit that Hendrix, as well as a laundry list of other names, are definitely in his influences. But okay, we're going to see a guitar player play the Star Spangled Banner. You immediately think of Hendrix, but listen to what he does with the song, the Star Spangled Banner, and then you tell me if he stands on his own. Let's listen and check it out. Beautiful. Whew. Man. Woo. You're listening, he's obviously sometimes switching on dirt and fuzz, but he's also just varying his dynamics, even with the same tone some of the time, and the amount of drama and intrigue he's able to bring just with his touch, not to mention just all the beautiful stuff he's playing, and in some ways doing harmonization and reharming that song. It's Star Spangled Banner, we all know it, but what he does with it, there's so much there to praise and to look at as a listener, and then as a guitar player, to just, it just leaves me with, I don't know how to articulate how much I admire that performance. And that's just something he sat down and did while these guys were interviewing him. Amazing. So we'll go into a little bit of gear talk, because that's what my guitar nerd self is gonna do. From me following Eric over time, I've noticed a lot, just kind of like with the backing bands he has, he'll plug into whatever. I mean, he's got endorsements and stuff like that I'm going to show that he uses now. But if he has his Strat, he's going to have a pedal board. It might be something different than the last time you saw. But he generally needs a Strat and a few colors with pedals to plug in whatever amp is around to do what he does. And so he's used a lot of everything. And now I'll go into kind of what he is endorsing and using now. Currently, he has an endorsement through Magneto Guitars, and they're not a super well-known guitar company. I think they're based somewhere out of Europe. They have several lines, like they have their, made in whatever country they're in, super kind of custom shop, high-end line. And they also have a import line, and I've never got my hands on a Magneto guitar, but they really look cool. But this is Eric's, and I'm sure the one he plays is the high dollar made in house custom shop deal. But they do have an import version that looks very similar to that. And it's a Strat, but it's pretty cool looking. It's got some appointments that make it look different than just your average Strat, and it's pretty blingy. It's got Eric's signature near the 12th fret inlay, which is cool. But it's a Strat, so I would like to try one of those if I ever get the opportunity. And even the import ones, they're, I think, around $1,100-$1,200, so they're not like super affordable imports, but from what I've read about them, they are good. And whether it's the really expensive line or the import line, they're reportedly, from my research, got pretty good quality control. So let's look at the next piece of gear Eric endorses. All right, this is a amp head made by DV Mark. And DV Mark kind of made their name as a bass amplifier company, but they've got really cool small but powerful. I think they run on Class D power amps. You may or may not like that, but they've got several really cool heads that are very affordable. Eric, his is called the Raw Dog. That's kind of his nickname and what he uses a lot with his gear endorsements and stuff. His is kind of a clean pedal platform, because that's really what he does. He gets his dirt from pedals and stuff like that. And I've read a lot of good reviews as far as its use for that particular application. DV Mark, they have several other. They have one, I think it's called the Little Jazz, and then they have it's like a multi-amp that's got dirt channels and stuff. And the one I think is really cool is Greg Howe, the Fusion player. He's got one, and there's a couple different versions. He also, they do make tube amps as well. So like Greg Howe's got a tube amp version, a version that's got like just a tube in the preamp, and then one that I think is solid state, and it's a channel switcher with a dirt channel and all that. So really cool and really affordable amps, and I think that's what Eric probably uses a lot, because it's the size you can throw in a bag or something, or if you're doing a fly date, it's not gonna be super duper hard to take it wherever. But that is his DV Mark signature Raw Dog amplifier. And this is one of his relatively new, as far as all of his endorsements. I mean, I think it's been around for a little while, but it's obviously a MXR Raw Dog overdrive, and it is Tube Screamer based. I started listening to demos of it, and I don't dislike Tube Screamers, but they're not something that I'm going to have as a mainstay on my board. I have several different versions of them, and I may throw them on for different tones for messing around with recording and stuff like that. But your TS808, TS9, is not something that I'm gonna have as plan A for my lead tones. But just listening to the demos of this pedal, it didn't scream Tube Screamer, no pun intended, to me. It sounded like a really good overdrive. Sounded fairly balanced as far as EQ, and they do say that they brought in George Trips, the way huge guy that obviously works with pedal manufacturers for products like this, and he basically did a tuned Tube Screamer to be something that Eric would like, and it has a lot more gain and distortion than a Tube Screamer. So I actually bought one, and I've been using it, and I really like it. The sweep of the knob is very useful. Even like usually for me, a Tube Screamer with the knob at noon is Ice Pick City. With the knob at noon on this one, it's still pretty thick and pretty creamy. And you can really get a lot of tonal variation. It responds well to the volume knob. So it's a good pedal, whether you like Tube Screamers or not. I may do a video on this pedal as far as a Tube Screamer type pedal for guys that don't like Tube Screamers. And all of his videos that, if you go and watch what he's been using for years and years, you'll see different stuff. He had the EWS Brute Drive and the Mini Brute, and got really good sounds out of those. He's had a Mojo Hand Colossus fuzz, which is a muff circuit with a mids knob. That's a really good big muff style pedal. I think he's had that on his board quite a bit. He always has a delay. One thing you'll notice about Eric and his delay, he likes to put a long kind of digital delay in the background that he's not using it traditionally. He's almost using it as something that'll feed back into the music he's made. He uses delay in an interesting way that's very up front, but also very mixed into the total package of what he's doing. So you can look at different iterations of his rig rundowns and stuff, and mostly it's Eric with a Strat, and that's where it's all coming from. And he uses different overdrives and colors over the years to get those different fuzz tones and dirt tones and stuff like that. But just like we watched with the Star Spangled Banner video, so much of it is his touch and dynamics and all that he makes the tones. I better quit since y'all just listened to Eric Gales. I don't want to embarrass myself. So that's a look at who I think is the best blues player alive today. And if you disagree, that's cool. We're all that's what these discussions are all about. And I would like to hear, if you do disagree, who you think is the best blues player alive today. And in the end, I'm probably going to like them a lot too, but I just think Eric is special, and everything he does, the whole package is just a cut above other musicians. And if you want to stick him in the genre box of blues, to me, he's the best one around today. I'll end by saying Eric, as far as personally, he has a very powerful story, and of course it's not my story to tell. I would encourage you to seek it out and learn more about the man that is behind that wonderful music and ridiculously awesome guitar playing. But the road he's traveled is inspiring, and my hat's off to him, figuratively, for being the person that's persevered and is still out doing what he loves to do, which is playing awesome blues. So that's this edition of Guitar Vacation, and feel free to comment on your favorite blues players. If you have somebody you think is the best blues player alive today, or you can freely say that saying somebody is the best is a exercise in futility, and I can't argue with that either. But I would like to hear any opinions, and hopefully anybody that wasn't aware of Eric Gales has somebody really cool that they can check out. And for those of you that know, I hope you can revisit what you know, and that all the things that make him great. So we'll holler at you all soon, and happy guitar vacation. Later.